You're tired in your bones. You're tired in places inside of you that you don't even have names for. And the wildest part is that you've gotten so good at looking okay that no one even knows. Maybe even you don't know. Because at some point, your survival became your performance. Your struggle became your stage, and now you're clapping for yourself from inside the very exhaustion that is killing you. You've been performing resilience. Not just living it, not just embodying it, performing it. Because somewhere along the way, strong became your only identity. Maybe because falling apart wasn't allowed in your house. Maybe because no one ever checked in on you unless you were doing something exceptional. Maybe you had too many people relying on you. Maybe because the world handed you applause every time you powered through instead of breaking down. And you took it. Because what else do you do when you're handed love in the shape of resilience? You wear it, you earn it, you become it. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt safe not being okay? When was the last time you let yourself be held instead of holding everything? When was the last time you let your "I'm fine" unravel? Not as a performance, not as a pause between overworking, but as truth. Here's the thing no one tells you about high-functioning pain. It hides itself so well that you start thinking that the numbness is normal, that the silence inside your spirit is what peace feels like, that being exhausted all the time is just part of adulthood. But it's not peace. It's burnout dressed as discipline. It's overextension sold as strength. It's hyper-independence wearing the mask of capability. You're not broken for being tired. You're human. You're not weak for needing rest. You're worthy. But when resilience becomes your personality, rest feels like failure. Stillness feels like a threat. Surrender feels like shame. And so you keep going, even when the going is killing you. Where did you learn that your softness was a liability? Who taught you that you could only be loved if you were useful? Who told you that your sadness was inconvenient? Who showed you by action or absence that your needs were too much? Because none of this came from nowhere. Most of us who perform resilience learned early that our emotions weren't safe. That vulnerability meant punishment or pity, but never peace. That you either hold it together or watch the world fall apart without you. So you became the one everyone could count on. Even when you couldn't count on anyone, you became the strong one, the fixer, the backbone, the blueprint. But no one noticed that your strength came at the cost of your softness, that your calm came at the cost of your chaos, that your presence came at the cost of your personhood, and now you can't rest. Not truly, because your nervous system is wired for performance. Rest feels wrong. Rest feels selfish. Rest feels like an invitation for everything to fall apart because you were the one holding it all together. But what if I told you something radical? Something tender and true and terrifying? Very simple. You were never meant to carry all of this, my love. You were never meant to be everyone's anchor while drifting in your own storm. You were never meant to wear strength as your skin and call it safety. Resilience is beautiful, but it is not sustainable when it becomes your prison. You've been taught to wear resilience like a badge. People call you strong. They rely on you, but badges can become shackles. And yours, it's cutting into your skin. Look, you're bleeding. You're allowed to stop. You're allowed to soften. You're allowed to say, hey, this is too much. Keep it. And you mean it when you say it. You're allowed to hand the strong friend identity back to the world and say, actually, I need someone to hold me this time, please. So what does healing look like when you've performed resilience for so long? It looks like letting the dishes sit in the sink. It looks like crying for no reason. It looks like saying no to something you've always said yes to. It looks like asking for help and hating how uncomfortable it feels, but doing it anyway. It looks like rewriting, rewiring your value system from how much can I carry to how deeply can I rest. It looks like understanding that you're not lovable because you can endure. You're lovable because you exist. Rest isn't laziness. It's restoration, it's recovery, it's remembering. It's letting your body know it's safe to stop running. It's letting your heart know it's okay to feel now. It's letting your soul know you were never meant to carry all of this alone. Rest is not the absence of ambition, it's the foundation of aliveness. You've been building towers on cracked floors. You've been achieving while crumbling. You've been showing up with a spirit that's been whispering, please slow down. Listen to that whisper. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. So what do you do now? You relearn what safety feels like. You teach your body that exhaling won't cost you love. You rebuild trust with yourself, not as a machine, but as a being. You start by asking, where am I holding tension that doesn't belong to me? What part of me believes I will only be worthy if I'm impressive through the pain? Then you start unhooking. You stop glamorizing the grind, the struggle. You stop wearing burnouts like a badge. You stop calling yourself resilient when what you really mean is neglected. You reclaim softness. You reclaim stillness. You reclaim rest, not as something you earn after being shattered and destroyed, but as something you practice because you are sacred. And yes, it will feel unfamiliar. Rest will feel itchy at first, like something is wrong, like you're forgetting something urgent because your body is detoxing from the adrenaline, because your soul is relearning softness, because your worth is being uncoupled from your usefulness. But please keep going. Keep choosing gentleness, keep choosing ease. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to apologize for needing it. You don't have to justify your humanity with productivity. This is your invitation to unperform strength. Yes, to stop being the strong one if being the strong one is destroying you. To remind your loved ones, hey, I'm human. Hey, these are my limits. To remember that your resilience was never supposed to be a lifelong performance. It was a bridge, and now you've crossed that bridge, you get to rest. You get to be a person, not a machine, not a savior, not a soldier, not a warrior, just you. Soft, real, messy, beautiful, rested, with no eye bags, no spiritual, physical, mental eye bags. So today, if you feel like crumbling, crumble. Please crumble. If you feel like letting go, let go. If you feel like falling apart, please fall apart. If you feel like lying down and doing absolutely nothing, do it. You're not falling behind. You're coming home to yourself. And home isn't built on exhaustion. It's built on truth. And the truth is, you've done enough. You've outdone yourself. You've been on the run for years. You're enough. And you don't need to prove your strength by staying in pain. Okay?
This might ruffle some feathers, but anyone telling you that spirituality is only love and light is the same people who are afraid of their own feminine energy, the darkness, the depth, the mystery. Divinity is all love and light, but spirituality and a spiritual journey, we embrace it all. The full spectrum. We need to alchemize our own demons and dragons to be able to dance with angels on another timeline. You can't reach one part without working on the other. Spirituality is to not deny any part of being a human. The sun and the moon, the rage and the grace, the scream and the silence. Spirituality is to be able to hold and accept it all. To rise with the darkness, not in spite of it. That whole positive vibes only love and light is also emotional bypassing and a fear of one's own feminine energy. But in spirituality and on a spiritual journey, we embrace it all.
When it doesn't bother you like it used to, You found peace, baby. Yeah. You did that. It don't hurt no more. You learned to let it go. You done moved on. You don't even think about it. And if you did, it don't even bother you. That's freedom right there. That's peace. I'm not stressing. I ain't worrying about things I can't control. I can't control what this person do or what that person do, but I can control how I feel about it or how I react to it. Yeah, that's elevation right there. I'm able to stay at peace. I'm able to make myself happy. Yeah, that's a blessing. A lot of people can't do that. Yeah, they gotta hold on to it. They want to see people hurt because they hurt. That's why they say hurt people, because they do hurt people when they hurt inside. You shouldn't be like that. Let it go. Give it to God. It's out of your control. Find peace. And when you do, it's a happy place to be. And that's facts. I appreciate everybody that got this far my message. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.